A double debut for the holidays.
I think it's great. It's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
It's South Irving. We love it.
2 new events celebrate the season. Holidays at Heritage opens a newly expanded park, and we are also seeing all of the fun at Levy Event Plaza. Making a home.
I'm speechless. Thank you for everything.
A U.S. Navy veteran gets an incredible surprise. She finds out she will receive a mortgage-free home. We are there for all of the heartwarming moments. New equipment.
This is one of the most significant game changers for large structure fires that we have ever had.
It's all about firefighter safety.
Firefighters take on training using new gear at the Irving Grand Prairie Joint Fire Training Facility. See it in action. Plus, why the city gave these students a new tree, Irving employees take on a service project to help families, and the Las Colinas Mustangs as you have never seen them before. Now on City Source. The Irving Archives and Museum celebrates its grand opening with some special events. Hello and welcome to City Source. I'm Thomas Gandy. See some of the celebrations coming up. Our top story today, after about $6 million in improvements, Heritage Park is now open. City leaders gathered for the ceremonial ribbon cutting to mark the completion of the renovation and expansion project. The opening ceremony was part of the city's first Holidays at Heritage celebration. People who turned out for the tree lighting in the park had a chance to check out the new and updated features all around the park. They include a new gazebo, fully renovated caboose and train depot, a playground, and a permanent entertainment stage with video wall. Leaders believe all of this will help provide a boost to downtown Irving.
This is a home run. Anyone that can come down here and see this will realize how great it really is.
You can just look at the people's faces and look at the crowd and see how happy they are. It's a great thing for us to be able to provide this.
Oh man, this is marvelous. I tell you what, this is something we have needed so badly down here. Gives us something that people recognize that the city's investing down here.
And there's something for everybody to do. The children love it, the adults love it. It's just a relaxing place.
But I hope everybody's very supportive of it, and we're going to be working hard to make it happen. And so hopefully it'll be great for everybody.
This was a fantastic evening, and probably I have never seen this many people in this park in my life.
More good things are happening with this big stage, big screen. You hear the music. We're going to see more of that activity down here. There's going to be movies occasionally. They have this development take place here in South Irving. It's fantastic.
This park here is going to be the spark that's going to ignite the redevelopment of downtown Irving.
ICTN's Kathy Whiteman will have full coverage of that tree lighting ceremony as well as the preceding parade on the next edition of About Town. The park is now open for everyone to check out. In fact, there are stations set up for holiday photo ops. And there are more seasonal events to come. IrvingEvents.org is where you can find all of the details. And not far from there, Centennial Park is lit up with about 60,000 lights. Some people make it part of their holiday tradition to take a stroll through the park and snap some pics. The lights are on from dusk until 10 p.m. each night through December 26th. Parks and Rec team members are on site to answer any questions. Centennial Park is located at 444 West 2nd Street. While we cover all of that fun downtown, we are also checking out what's happening at another new attraction, Levy Event Plaza. That's where the Las Colinas Association hosted Holiday in the Plaza.
Ladies and gentlemen, happy holidays to you.
It's a first-time event for Irving.
This is the Las Colinas Association Holiday in the Plaza Marketplace. It is our event to the community.
I love holiday things, so this is perfect. It's like a very fun community event for everybody.
It's really amazing.
Santa is in the house.
Yes.
Awesome. That's right. We got Santa Claus here as well.
Hundreds of kids posed for a pic with St. Nick.
It was fun. The girls did good. We prepped them to see Santa, so that helped. Because the last time we saw Santa, it was not so great.
We got the digital copy too, so maybe turn into our Christmas card for this year.
This is Martin's first Christmas.
He seemed like he was very comfortable with Santa. Yeah.
Yeah, we were expecting him to cry actually, but he didn't. He did very well.
Santa listened to all of the wishes even those that might not be readily available in his sleigh.
You want a tea set?
She wants a cheese hat.
A cheese hat? Okay, can you get a picture of it?
You got a Ferris wheel.
I'll go on the Ferris wheel.
Hi, this is Olivia and this is Jamie, and this is their first time on the Ferris wheel.
Oh, how's the view up there?
It's good.
And only in Las Colinas, in Texas, outside, can you find an ice skating rink with some folks getting on right now in the ice skating rink, okay?
Yeah, we were a little shocked about seeing this. We weren't quite expecting this little moment, but it's nice.
What do you think of this? Having an ice skating rink in Irving, Texas.
It's fun. I love it.
Okay, so it's actually plastic, not real ice, but people did not seem to mind the difference.
It was fun. I like to do stuff like this.
What's been your favorite thing so far?
Ice skating. They've never been skating before, so it's really fun.
We got some beautiful kids, we got some beautiful families. It's just beautiful right here in Las Colinas.
It's LCA putting this on, and I'm going to give them credit for doing that. It's great for the community.
We're doing more events for our community, for our members, and the city of Irving itself. We have so many beautiful spaces and so many fun things to celebrate here in Irving.
All these things come together where we're both working together to make sure that we have a great product for the residents.
Oh, I think this is amazing. It's so wonderful to see the association and bring everybody out to Las Colinas and the city working together and bringing just awareness to what Irving has to offer.
Holiday in the Plaza is one of the first big events here at Levy Event Plaza, which the city opened late last year.
This is a great venue, and we haven't had many opportunities yet to really have some things.
Just really excited to be out here and see this park really utilized the way we wanted with the food trucks and all the people.
We have asked all of our attendees to bring a new unwrapped toy to donate. And so far, it's been amazing.
Rather than charge admission, organizers invited attendees to contribute to the Irving Police and Fire Department's Blue Christmas program.
All the toys go to kids here in our community. The families come from our elementary school counselors.
Beyond all of the organized attractions, check this out. And just try to keep up.
I'm tired already, I need to hit the gym today.
And for those who already have a focus on fitness,
Go!
We partnered with the Irving Marathon Running Series to have a holiday fun run to kind of kick off the festivities.
Just look at the community, the diversity of this city coming together for the kids, and I tell you, it's wonderful.
I was like coming out, spending time with my kids, spending time in the community. Say cheese, cheese.
Santa and others sharing the spirit of the season at Holiday in the Plaza.
This is how we do it, ladies and gentlemen.
And we had a good time with all of you out there. The Las Colinas Association has an ongoing display of more than 250,000 lights. Find a guide at lascolinas.org/Las Colinas Holiday Lights. Now to a story that you'll find heartwarming this holiday season, or really any time of year. The city once again teamed up with the nonprofit Operation Finally Home to pull off a huge surprise. We were there to see the big moment and capture all of the emotional reaction.
A lot of heartfelt emotions going on right now.
These people are waiting to witness,
still have probably about 10 minutes or so,
a moment that will change a veteran's life.
It just gives you chills because it's really cool.
In this truck, Luisa Velez is feeling
happiness, joy, amazement.
She just found out she and her son Spencer will receive a mortgage-free home through the nonprofit Operation Finally Home.
welcome to your future home.
Thank you.
Moments later, reps from Operation Finally Home, the City of Irving, the Dallas Builders Association, and Winston Custom Homes broke ground for construction to begin.
2, 3.
I'm speechless. Thank you for everything, every single person that's done anything for this to happen. Thank you.
Operation Finally Home works with partners to provide homes for military heroes.
We can never do enough for these young men and women who have worn the uniform to defend the freedoms and values that we often take for granted.
U.S. Navy Hospital Corpsman Luisa Velez deployed to Iraq twice as part of a medical battalion.
In the event that something happened, we would get them evac to the hospital, or we get them evac to a ship. Also, unfortunately, like if something like death happened, we had to evac them back to the States.
She was helping people who have been wounded and then unfortunately encountered injuries herself.
She now suffers with PTSD and other conditions.
Every time you go to war, you change. Every time you go to war, you come back different.
And on behalf of the Irving City Council, thank you.
You know, cities, we're always about how do we help people. We really are. And having these lots available and being able to work with Operation Finally Home and the Dallas Builder Association to provide these homes for veterans, you know, it really tugs at my heart.
Today really is about you and your service to our great country.
The city of Irving donated the land for this home.
The city of Irving's just been an outstanding partner for us. I've never even heard of, not just in the Metroplex, but even across the country, everybody that partners with Operation Finally Home, a municipality stepping up nearly to the extent that the city of Irving has.
For us to be able to do something for the veterans who have served us, who have carried the freedoms that we have on their shoulders, for us to be able to pay them back is absolutely marvelous, and I'm proud to see this.
Wow.
Keys to your new home.
In the spring of 2019, retired Army Major Eric King moved into a home nearby in Irving's Heritage District months after his own surprise groundbreaking, made possible by many of the same partners.
It's great because he's become part of the community.
Now, Luisa Velez is looking forward to making a future here in Irving.
You ready? Irving's home. Thank you.
Happy that me doing what I did is now giving me this opportunity, and I'm providing for him a house. That's all I ever want, and he can have his own room finally.
I would like to put up pictures and posters and all that.
So you already have this planned out?
Luisa, I wanted to meet you just before we go. I'm Philip Sanderson. One of these.
On this day full of well wishes, there is still one more surprise. So this is so new, you haven't even seen a picture.
No, I have not.
She's walking over to take a look at the home she will be able to call her own.
Oh.
And they snap some pictures, some of the first of many memories they will be making on this site.
I never thought all of that would come together like this.
And one of the next chapters of this story will be Notes of Love. You may remember from our coverage of Major King's home construction, that's when people turn out to write messages of encouragement on the home's frame. Of course, we'll be there to cover it when it happens. The City of Irving staff leadership participated in a day of service to benefit the Irving Schools Foundation. We were there to talk with participants about the project and how it will benefit families.
This is another year coming forward for us as a leadership team here in the City of Irving to have our Day of Service project. We're here at the Irving Schools Foundation.
This is such a great organization, and making somebody's holiday a little bit better is a great thing.
We're here to serve. That's what we're here for.
Our kids are going to be out for 2 weeks, and that means 2 weeks without meals. So the City of Irving stepping up today to help us make sure all those bags were ready and delivered to our kids is incredible.
We have a system.
They are very well organized.
Look, I'm a tuna, banana, and applesauce man.
Tomato soup and beans.
Mixed vegetables.
Just keep the line moving. I'm the final step. I'm wrapping it up. Look at this. Look how fast this is working today. Thomas, you're in the way. Don't get hurt.
Seems like no one's interested in slowing down.
No, we've got work to do, Thomas.
How many bags do you have here?
A lot.
We've done 500. Our goal today is 2,000.
When you see the size of this operation, you realize the magnitude of the need that's out there. And every little bit you can do, even if it's as simple as stuffing bags, it helps somebody in the community that needs this.
I think it's great. You can see the collaboration and how we're working as a team.
So far, I believe we have worked 2 hours without injury. That's not true. Okay, so we've gone 3 minutes without injury so far.
Y'all having some fun too?
Having a great time. As long as Brett doesn't drop anything else in my foot.
There goes our safety record. Hey, Victor, they seem to be building up around you. Can you speed it up? And look what he's doing. That's what I'm talking about. They all give me a hard time. He's doing nothing. Todd, do something. Do something.
It's good to work together with the whole Irving team to help out the community. So it's a great feeling.
Many of you adopted students, you brought toys, and that's why our warehouse is overflowing right now.
And it was cool in the CMO that, it looked like Santa's workshop there for a few days. It was toys everywhere. But just knowing those went to a good cause just makes you feel great.
Over 75% of our kids fall into the poverty level, and that means that they're going without necessities. much less trying to get the extras of the nice presents and the hot meals at Christmas time.
There are a lot of kids that go without, and so if we can, just do our own little part to kind of help them out, I think it's just great.
All of us were kids. I know we remember how excited we were when Christmas came around. I'm still excited. And please think of how that kid is going to remember, that child is going to remember.
I'm a product of Irving schools, born and raised in Irving, so it means a lot to give back, to the place where I grew up.
I think it's good to give back to the community that we serve.
We love giving back in the city of Irving, and for the leadership team to get together and have some camaraderie is always fun.
We work together as a team every day, providing the regular services. This is another opportunity for us as a team to bond and to provide an additional service to really help out the kids.
It's great giving back, being able to contribute and being a part of the community.
I think we're just grateful to the citizens we serve, and we will continue to serve them every way we can.
Learn more about the Foundation's various programs and find a link where families can apply for help at irvingschoolsfoundation.org. You may have noticed the team was working in a different space this time around. The Irving Schools Foundation has a new warehouse on Luke Street. The Foundation's executive director said she used to have to turn down some donations because there just was no room to store them. But now they have space to store all donations. Volunteers are working to improve mobility for some Irving residents. Organizations including the AMBUCS, the Irving Professional Firefighters Association, and the Gilbert Grove Masonic Lodge are teaming up to build wheelchair ramps at local homes. We caught up with some of the volunteers.
As the president of the Irving chapter of AMBUCS, we're about mobility. And so part of what we do is build wheelchair ramps.
Our goal is to help people with their independence and mobility. And we've partnered with the Irving firefighters and other volunteers and Home Depot to help supply the needs and the workers.
This means to me community, camaraderie, and just coming together as one to be a benefit to our community.
It's an opportunity for us to use some of the skills that we have and come out and help the community fix a little problem that's not really that big a deal for us, but for them it can be a huge impediment. At the end of the day, we help them out and they're better off for it. And we get a nice warm fuzzy feeling and get to have fun.
They spend a lot of time protecting us, but this is their time off. And for them to come out here and work on the project, that makes it very special, and you want to get in there right shoulder to shoulder.
What these firefighters represent is servants to the city of Irving, not only as far as medical and fire, but also they're wanting to give back. So it's very important to me, especially being a former firefighter myself, to see them give back. They've got so much to offer, to the city.
The Home Depot locations in Irving donated supplies for those ramps. The AMBUCS have plans to build ramps for 10 Irving families. Learn more about the work of the Irving AMBUCS at irvingambucsclub.org. Work to renovate the Plaza at Williams Square is progressing. We have told you about the project designed to soften the space by adding more landscaping and other features. Part of the work also involves restoring the iconic Mustangs. ICTN intern Levi Gomez documented one step of the process.
We're just getting the old texture off the horses, sandblasting them down and getting ready for the patina. We're repairing any cracks or faults we find in the metal as we come along. After the welding and all the casing is complete, then we start the patina, where they start putting the color on the horses. It's neat, it's interesting, something you don't get to do every day.
And this is an idea of what the plaza will look like when it is complete next year. You can see those Mustangs will remain a focal point. The Irving Archives and Museum has been open for a while, but some of the fanfare of a grand opening was missing because of the pandemic. Now, that's changing. A ribbon cutting was part of a weekend of activities to celebrate the museum's grand opening. On this day, visitors could enjoy ice cream and free admission to the exhibits, all to draw attention to the museum and the work that went into making it happen.
If we called everybody by name that had something to do with this museum, we would be here all day, for many of you in the room and many who are not in the room. So I'm going to acknowledge the 30 years of work that has gone into putting this museum together.
And any of you that have seen and walked through the museum, you realize how great a job they have done, and those of you that haven't are in for one what I would say a very big treat because they've done an outstanding job.
Along with the permanent exhibits that tell the story of what life was like in Irving through the decades since its founding, there are a couple of special exhibits on display through January 7th. One is called Spirited, Prohibition in America. The other is 2 Minutes to Midnight and the Architecture of Armageddon. The museum is located in the Jack D. Huffman Community Building next to City Hall. Find ticket prices, hours, and a lot more information at irvingarchivesandmuseum.com. A partnership is leading to a new training opportunity at the Irving Grand Prairie Joint Fire Training Facility. We were there as some new equipment was put to the test. The simulated emergency at the Irving Grand Prairie Joint Fire Training Facility is designed to demonstrate some equipment just added here. See it in action in a moment.
This is an up-and-coming technology that really will change our fire service for the next 100 years without a shadow of a doubt.
The Grand Prairie Fire Department announced the Firefighter Air Coalition donated a fire air replenishment system for this shared training facility.
As you well know, when we fight a fire, really we need two things, that's air and water.
Back in the training tower, the water to put out the fire is of course what most of us think about, but consider the air. Imagine the impact on firefighters in full gear if this were a skyscraper.
They have already started breathing air heavily long before they get to the fire attack because they have to climb all those stairs to get to floor 10, 15, 20, 30.
Our firefighters enter these tall buildings or big warehouses and there's no air replenishment, so you use a lot of your air supply getting to the fire.
That air becomes even more critical as conditions become more smoky and challenging. They never want to have empty air tanks.
Because once they run out, their face pieces will come off their face and they'll be exposed to that superheated air, that toxic smoke, and they'll be asphyxiated, they'll get lost, and those types of things.
In buildings with these air replenishment systems, things can go very differently, specifically more safely and more quickly. Firefighters find the closest panel. Then
they connect in, they charge it up, and 30 seconds to 2 minutes later, they have a brand new cylinder of air, and where the game changer happens is it's right close to the fire.
It saves man hours and workload, and so they can focus more on mitigating the hazard rather than running back and forth getting air.
Outside, a fire department's mobile air unit is providing the charge of air into the building's panels. Some cities in North Texas are mandating these systems in new construction of large buildings. It is not a current requirement in Irving.
And we recently had one on the south end of Lake Carolyn that agreed to put this system in. So we will have our first system in, even though it's not mandated by code, and it will help our firefighters.
This Irving Grand Prairie Joint Fire Training Facility opened in 2017 and stays busy.
There's a lot to do out here, a lot to train.
This has been a great partnership with Irving. We split the time, it's really worked out well.
This donated equipment is the latest thing to learn, all with the goal of making a difference when it's needed most.
Anything new that comes along, we try to get it into this facility to prepare our personnel to help our community make the worst day of their life a little bit better.
And you can keep up with our coverage of the Irving Fire Department by following the IFD playlist at youtube.com/The City of Irving. The City of Irving is continuing working to attract more employees for solid waste services. At the most recent neighborhood roundtable at City Hall, Solid Waste Services Director Travis Schweitzer provided an overview of how the department works and how operations have been affected by the shortage of personnel.
The impact of this, unfortunately, you all are feeling it, and we recognize that. We've prioritized our services. You probably have noticed that recycling is not always collected on the day that it normally is collected. Perhaps brush bulky the same way. The reason we're doing that is we are putting all of our resources into collecting the trash first, making sure that it gets off the street for obvious health and safety reasons.
He says to keep bags out at the curb and crews will pick them up as staff is available. And hiring continues. Find a list of all available jobs at cityofirving.org/jobs. The city's communications department hosts these educational sessions quarterly for the leaders of neighborhood associations so they can update residents in their groups. Other topics covered at this roundtable included the new Animal Services Ordinance and ICTN. The city joined the Irving Independent School District to celebrate Texas Arbor Day. Each year, the Parks Department gives a new tree to the school that recycled the most material, and this year, Jackie May Townsell Elementary came out on top.
Guys, this is the mayor of Irving.
Oh, what?
Wow, right?
This year, guys, y'all did it. Townsell Elementary School.
Congratulations on recycling. I mean, it really makes a big difference in our city. We have a great parks department, we have a great school system, and we've partnered on so many things. And this is a way to get kids involved within the community and to have the city involved.
I'm really ecstatic for our kids, honestly. It's nice for them to be recognized for their efforts. Yesterday, we had some of our 5th graders who are part of the green team. They came out with the guys from City of Irving.
Thank you.
Helped plant this nice cedar elm tree, and they had a great time.
The kids really enjoyed it. They didn't even want to go back inside the class.
For our students, just about the experience. 90% of our students live in apartments. They don't have backyards, so they're not doing a lot of yard work and gardening. So just to have that experience to come outside and be able to plant that tree was awesome for them.
Conservation is something that they've really embraced, and so we're excited to celebrate Arbor Day.
We figured if we could start with the younger generation, once we train them and get them to understand the value of trees, they can take it home with them and they can tell their parents, their friends, neighbors. It'll help spread through the community. So it's a very important program that we do.
That ceremony is a part of the city's participation in the Tree City USA program. Irving has been recognized as a Tree City for more than a dozen consecutive years. DART is making big changes to its bus network. Stop locations, schedules, and more will be changing on January 24th. DART says some of the benefits will be expanded frequency and more direct routes. In advance of the changes, Irving City staff and DART reps participated in a Facebook Live event to answer some of the most common questions and talk about the new on-demand service called GoLink. If you missed it live, you can watch it now at youtube.com/the City of Irving. This holiday season may be a great time to add a new pet to your home. So let's get our Pets of the Week going with Michael Whiteside. He's with the DFW Humane Society. Michael, you have a couple of great and big dogs to show us today. Let's get started with Bam Bam.
Yeah, so Bam Bam, we've actually talked about Bam Bam before, but this was way back in early 2020. He was adopted, and then a few weeks ago, his person abandoned him at another city shelter. And so because they were able to track the microchip, which is super important for your pets, they were able to see that we implanted the chip, and so we were able to get him back. But he is a blue heeler mix. He's about 5 years old. He's a happy guy, regardless of whatever his human just leaving him at a shelter. But he's super happy. He loves people. He loves to play. He loves to run. So he's really active. If he doesn't have some monitoring, he does like to climb fences. So that's something that you'll need to keep in mind. Blue heelers are super smart. They really like to have tasks to do and need a little bit of structure. So something to keep in mind, but he does love hanging around people and playing and just having a great time.
And a lot of kids are probably asking Santa for Barbie this holiday season. But you have maybe a different spin on that, right?
We do, but she is a beautiful girl. And will make a beautiful addition to anybody's home. She's about 1 year old. She is a cattle dog mix, and she is one of the friendliest dogs that I've seen here in a while. She loves play dates. She plays with just about every dog that we have here. She loves humans and she loves naps. I mean, she's constantly napping in her kennel. She's very active. She's very friendly. She's going to be a great family dog, or, just anybody that can keep her active and get her some exercise. She'll add a lot of life to your home.
So definitely Barbie will bring some fun no matter which one you get. And you have a couple of holiday themed events to talk about. The first is Comfort and Joy. How's that going so far?
It's going great. We've gotten off to a really good start with the Comfort and Joy Drive, which is where we ask the community to donate blankets and toys that'll be used here with the shelter pets. Those are the two main things that we ask for, but of course you can always donate treats, food, cat litter, all of the stuff that's going to make the holidays a little brighter here for the pets that are here during the holiday season.
And there's an adoption special coming up as well, right?
Right, December 14th through 18th will be our Home for the Holidays adoption special. During that week, all pets 1 year and older will be free to adopt. So this is kind of our final push before Christmas to get some of these pets out of the shelter and into a home for the holidays.
I'm sure all of the animals would love to be at a home for the holidays. Michael Whiteside, happy holidays to you.
Happy holidays to you too, Thomas.
Thanks so much. And the Animal Care Campus is located at 4140 Valley View Lane. Check out the websites you see on your screen for hours, which have recently changed, and to see more adoptable animals. Even in a year when COVID continued to be a big concern, Irving moved forward on a lot of projects. Next time on City Source, it's our hour-long Best of 2021 special. Among the highlights of the past year, the opening of Fire Station 4. See that moment and many others next time on City Source. Remember, you can always email us your thoughts on our stories. The address is ictn@cityofirving.org. Also, find us on YouTube. Our channel is at youtube.com/thecityofirving. Subscribe and you can get notifications when we upload new videos. And we always appreciate the likes and positive comments. And that's it for this edition of City Source. Thanks for watching. Stay healthy, have a great holiday season, and we'll see you next time.